The silver price is flashing a huge signal versus the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Look at this thing just tanking like a stone. We'll talk about that. We'll do gold, platinum, other analysis as well. I'll take some chart requests. We might look at some other assets too, whatever we damn well feel like. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy everything we do here at Good Morning Stackers. Still the sick version with me, Joe Main, going out live on X, YouTube, and Facebook as well. Hit the big red subscribe button. I've hit over 4,000 subscribers. 4,000 people can't be wrong, can they? Also, I want you to head over to my Silver Investor Club from only $1 per month. You can get silver giveaways, silver bullion deals, a lively community of like-minded silver investors, and much, much more. I'll put a link somewhere below. We'll go to the shout-outs and everything a little bit later. Here is the Dow Jones Industrial Average versus the silver price. Now, if we flip this, then that would be, if we flip that, that's silver versus the Dow Jones, but we're doing Dow Jones versus silver. Dow Jones being the average of the top 30 priced companies. Okay, so, there's going to be Nvidia and this, that, and the other, sort of the top 30. Okay, so it's like a health of the general stock market. Okay, and versus silver. So as this number is going up, it's much, much better. Okay, the equities in general are outperforming silver. As this is tanking, silver's massively outperforming equities. Of course, in 1980, you had that big spike down there to that level of 18.3 on the ratio number, of course. Then, from 1980 until about 2000, okay, for like 20 years, God, it was so much better to be in equities versus silver. Silver was going absolutely nowhere at that time versus equities, that is. Then, of course, you had the 2011 peak in silver, which saw this go down. Okay, now what did this form? This formed, I'll keep it on the 6 month. This formed on the logarithmic scale. This formed 1, 2 points. Okay, so then you've got this trend line going on. So this trend line has been a thing since 2012. Then DGI, equities in general, doing really, really well. And then, well, what do you know? We found some massive resistance right here. And that's kind of hovering around that sort of 0.786 Fibonacci level, but it failed to make a new high. Okay. And now, because silver is having this massive run, we are tanking like a stone, it seems to be. Let me tell you where I think we're at the moment as well. But what you can see here on very clearly on this is the biannual time frame. This is the 6 monthly time frame. Every single candle here is 6 months. So this goes all the way back to 1998. Okay. You can see very clearly we broke market structure in this last 6 months. Okay. And that's actually more so recently. If we look at the monthly, you can see here we did that just last month, I think it was. Yeah, we finally broke. So now you're looking bearish on the DGI to silver index, okay? Silver ratio, it's now making successive lower highs, lower lows. That means silver massively outperforming the DGI at the moment, and I think it has a lot more to go, as many of you do, because you're invested in silver. Cool? But here's the thing that we just recently did, okay? We have finally broken through that uptrend line just, what was it, the day or two ago? Was it this week? Yeah, it was even this week. Maybe it was yesterday or the day before, but I only just noticed it. I saw someone else post about it, and I was like, oh, did that happen already? We've done it now. Interestingly, look at that. Now, I want to show you. Isn't this very interesting? Okay, this is a trend line that's been in existence since 2011, roughly 2011, 2012. And even then, on the daily time frame, enough people, enough traders, enough institutional, whatever, believe that that's, an important level, and you found exact support right there on the daily time frame. So it came down, tested as support, bounced off, and then just yesterday, absolutely sailed through. So that's the first huge signal, okay, that silver is going to continue its run. It also means that the Dow Jones and the equities are going to have, even though they're going up at the moment, silver is outperforming them, which is a big signal that the equities are going to have a decent pullback really, really soon. we're thinking we, who are we? People who think like me, thinking around about between February to April next year is when it's probably comes to a head, when you'll start seeing probably a turnover in the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial and all that. But silver is leading the charge. So that's a really huge signal that we've broken this uptrend line. Okay, now we're not out of the woods. We haven't absolutely confirmed 100% because we're at a huge level at the moment. I think that break here really does signify it. Okay, so again, making now lower highs, lower lows. So lower highs, lower lows. I do think we're probably in for a bounce soon, though, because, what goes up must go down. What goes down must retrace a little bit. So let me show you on the 6 monthly. See this key blue zone right here? We haven't touched this. It hasn't. The last time we touched it was in 2013, 2014 when we broke up through it. It acted as massive resistance in... That's, hang on a second. Sorry, I said 1999. This is 90, that's 1897, not 1997. So this, the Dow Jones to silver ratio goes back to 1897, okay? So we had the first touch of this resistance point in 1930, okay? Another touch here acted as absolute resistance, right? Resistance there in 1961, resistance there in 1966, a little bit of cluster of resistance in the early 90s, but then finally broke through. Okay, so I think there's a very clear level. You will find some kind of support here, meaning one of two things. Either the Dow Jones might have a little bit of a boost, or silver, interestingly, might have a little bit of a dip, okay? Or it could be the same thing, one going up, one going down, but it probably will act as a bit of support around the bottom of this blue box here, okay? So if you want to chart this out yourself, you can do it, or just hit the big red subscribe button, follow me, and I'll keep updated. And in fact, what I will do, just for you, is I'm going to pop in an alert right now. Let me do that. I'll pop an alert crossing down, and then I'll move that for you. Why did that do that? I didn't want to do that. Nope. Yep, there we go. I'll pop it in right here. And let's just see. When that alert goes off, I'm going to let you know that that alert has gone off, that we might be finding some decent support around about there. So that's what I'm thinking at this stage. We probably come down to this level. It's about 747, 750 on that ratio, and then I think we probably get a bit of a bounce here. So that's my guess. Let's see, probably something like this, bounce off here, test this uptrend line, or test anywhere back up to that previous area of support, which then will probably act as resistance. I don't know for how long, but I could expect that. I don't expect it just to completely tank through. Could be completely wrong, but all the signs are there for silver to continue its massive outperformingness against equities, and very bullish for the silver price over the longer term. We have been talking about, let's get to the silver price right now. So that's the huge signal that it's flashing at the moment, the fact that it's broken that trend line. Watch out for support there, maybe DGI. The equities have a little bit of a melt up. Maybe silver has a bit of a dip. Of course, we've been talking about. Let's do silver right now. Let's see where we are, and let's tie that in. Whoa, okay, here is silver on the biannual time frames, on the 6 monthly time frame. Look how absolutely strong this is, okay? $61.70 US cents, okay? Show you on the monthly. We are getting to a point, been hammering it home, but if you're a brand new subscriber, let me just hammer it home very quickly for you. We are getting into an area where we will be retracing at some point. Could it be from around about here? Could it be 10 or 20 bucks higher? Yeah, absolutely. But from around now until around about April, probably closer to, as we've been saying, the February to April kind of time frame, you are going to have a mini top out in silver, and that is its wave 3, okay? Like this. 1, 2, 3, pick a point. I've got this $82 level there. We spoke about that yesterday in a video. Just go check that out. Let's just use that as an example. Could be higher, could be lower, who knows? But then you are going to get a retracted retracted. You're going to get a period of retracement. Could be for 6 months, could be for 8 months, could be for a year, but somewhere I think into about 2027, you'll get a pullback. Where to? Don't know. The most logical thing would be no lower than, I would say, that $50 mark, but could be higher. Depends where we get the wave 3 to come in at, right? But you will get this dip, okay? And this will probably get a few people offside, okay? A lot of new stackers coming in right now. And then, of course, as we're talking about that wave 5 move, which takes us out to 2030-ish, where I think it's, plus 200 minimum, okay? But we are coming to that area. So that may coincide with that bottoming out, or that support level on the Dow Jones Industrial versus silver. That's why you might get that little turnaround, okay? And then everyone goes, aha, silver, sucked in. The equities are still going. You guys suck, you precious metals people. And then it goes, and then it flips around, right? So it does this thing. Let's find it. DGI. Did I have it? Yeah. Did I put it in? Surely I did. D for DGI silver. And that's where it does this thing where it potentially goes, ha, you silver people suck. And then we go, really? Ha, you suck, right? So it's that kind of thing. But I am not expecting this to be broken. And let's look at the other side of it, though. I would say if this is broken here at about 920 on that ratio, you go, oh, that's interesting. Why did that support not become resistance? So like, oh, okay. But until then, nah. We're looking really, really good for the silver price and commodities in general. So that's the silver price. Let me go. Sorry, that's that thing I wanted to talk about. Let's go back to silver for a second. We'll go to the daily and just see where we are on the daily as well. Here's the daily time frame on silver. Yeah. Let's have a look at the volume. Volume's looking really good. So the volume's great. Nothing's saying yet that the volume is ticking over. It's kind of onwards and upwards at the moment. Nothing's saying we're turning over from here. We're getting higher highs on the relative strength index. That's in confluence with the higher high in the price. We had a little bit of a tick over here. If I show you on the 4 hour, we had that bearish divergence playing out on the 4 hour. Where are we? Was it there? No, let me go back to the daily. Sorry. Yeah, it was around about there. You can hardly see it, but we had a little bit of a higher high and then that lower high there. That set up that move back down to about $45. That completely reset, pretty much. That reset really well the RSI. So this is why now we're just having this beautiful confluence, okay? Can you see everything's moving in lockstep? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. And the relative strength index is doing the same. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Nothing is moving divergently. Okay, so it just says the trend is continuing at the moment. The volume is looking really good too. Again, it's all moving in lockstep with each other. Higher highs, higher lows. So everything's moving together. Looking good. Nothing saying yet that we're at that peaky moment. We did talk about, on the linear? No, on the logarithmic time frame, we have been talking about this $66 area right here. Do watch out for that. Okay, do we start showing some divergence when we get to about 66 US dollars? Possibly. But if we're talking the logarithmic scale, then you've actually got up to anywhere to that sort of $80 mark, which is looking pretty good at the moment. So short answer is looking really good for a continued pump. I think it sails past the 66. I think we get close to that $80 level before we see that wave 3 top, and then we start that longer, protracted downward movement. Okay, but do know around about here, it depends. I'll go over to let me go to here and give you a word of warning. Hello, we'll do some shout outs and we'll do a synchronized slurp in just a second, but you really need to think, why are you getting into silver? Okay, so if you're getting into silver to make a quick profit, I wouldn't, well, you could buy in now and sell out around about that, $66 to $80 mark. If you're getting in for the slightly longer term, if you're looking to make money in the next year or so, buying silver at these prices isn't the thing that you should do. Okay, so do not be thinking about short term, a year and a half, buying now and then it's going to shoot to the moon. That's not a thing. That doesn't happen, okay? We like to talk about narratives. We hear about silver supply and demand and this, that, and the other, and EVs and solar panels and all that stuff, and the Federal Reserve and the BRICS nations and all that sort of stuff. I've been down the rabbit hole all the way back up again. But don't let narrative get in the way of the data. And the data will say you'll have a top and then you'll have a bit of a protracted thing. So one and a half years, and you're trying to make a lot of money, don't buy silver now. There might be other things that might be better for you. We can talk about those in another show. Copper. Excuse me. Copper. Copper might be a really good one to look at. Uranium might be a really good one to look at now versus silver. But if you are holding for the longer term, it doesn't matter. If you're dollar cost averaging, you keep buying now. You buy every paycheck, you buy once a month. And if you've got that long-term mindset, we're talking 20, 20, 30 and longer, you are going to be looking fantastic. And don't sweat the small stuff. These little peaks and troughs, don't sweat it. Now, personally, I'm probably going to I'm not going to sell any of my physical silver. The great thing about physical silver, as you know, is it's such a... it's actually not a huge barrier, but it's just this layer of friction that you go, I got to take it down to the bullion dealer. I got to put it up on a Facebook group. It's just that layer of friction to go, I'll just leave my physical, right? So I'm not touching my physical, but I might be in that February to April timeframe looking at a lot of my stocks and going, well, they're very liquid. I can just get in and out of those. I might be playing that February to April wave 3 top and then waiting for the wave 3 bottom in silver. But I will not be just parking my cash in the bank account or in the platform, just waiting for the silver price to go back down again. I will be rotating into other things that look undervalued at that stage, copper, uranium, and stuff like that. So go on the journey with me. But yeah, just a word of warning. If you're looking to make money in this real year's time, wouldn't be buying silver now. And this is me as a silver stacker since 2010 and, working for 3 major bullion dealers. So that's my thing, huge signal. And then I've done the silver price too. Let's do some shout outs. And please, can we? Let's do the synchronize. Oh, no, actually, what I want you to do. Dang. I should have done it first, but I needed to get that out of the way. Can you head over to x.com/it's Joe Main? That would be really good. Thanks. Let me get that going on. Well, I've already talked about it, so those people will just have to wait. We'll have to miss out, but it is what it is. Head over to x.com/it's Joe Main. That would be lovely. You can also follow me on Facebook as well. Facebook, it's a little bit wanky, but it's just Joe Main. Facebook.com/just Joe Main. You can follow me over there, give you my hot takes, and I will go live on there as well if you prefer that platform. 2, now let's do the synchronized slurp. You grab a tasty beverage, I've got my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. It is the honor system wherever you are in the world right now. Slurp your tasty beverages. Tell me what you're slurping in the comments. I have, as usual, non-fluoridated water. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Good to see you. Let me move that microphone closer. This lighting isn't very good, is it? Whatever. I'm Joe Main. I have a cold. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010, into other stuff, crypto since 2013. I get into anything that I think is going to help me and my family. You can help me out by going to Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, or Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, or stormrake.com. I'll put a link below to my referral where you get 2% brokerage fees for the life of the account. We'll talk about those a little bit more. Let's do some shout outs. Good morning, Sino. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, 6150. What a time to be alive. Borrowing from another wonderful person that I've known for a very, very long time, who says that quite a lot. Hey, stackers, do you think we will see a pullback in March, April? Yes, I think we will. February to April, we will see a pullback. That is because what goes up must go down. Silver seasonality takes you out into that March, April-ish kind of time frame. And then, sell in May and go away. You know what I mean? So, for sure, yes, I think we will. Hi, Joe, Chris, Lance. Good to see you all. Lance is here. Pete's here. Posh Sloth. Hello. GMS says Mon. This is where we'll see, see, this good point, Lance. This is where we will see the Dow Jones and equities rally one last time before failing. Just like I mentioned. Yes, that's right. Really good really good potential. Anyone see that? Is SpaceX going public at $4.20 a share? Is it going public? Give me a second. SpaceX. That's going to do really well. SpaceX public. Is it? Just in. SpaceX plans to go public at a 1.5 trillion valuation in 2026. The largest IPO in history. Ooh, in 2026. As early as mid. Oh, okay. Let's share the screen here. Bloomberg reports SpaceX is planning to go at an IPO as early as mid to late 2026, aiming to raise over $30 billion at around 1.5 trillion, far beyond its current $400 billion valuation. Growth is fueled by Starlink's subscribers, blah, 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 blah. Musk with 42% ownership. His stake would top $625 billion. Yeah, he'll be the first trillionaire, absolutely. History. Okay. IPO. Yeah, 2026. That's interesting, isn't it? Let me go back there. That's interesting given the time frame of when it seems to be that the stock market may have a bit of a dip. Okay, if that's sort of early in the sort of roughly the first quarter or the very early of the second quarter, so like Feb to April, and then he does that after there, so mid to late. That's very interesting. I wonder if, who knows? No one can read minds, but I wonder if that's been timed for that dip there. I wonder if he's gone, or if he's talking, talks to a lot of people, or imbibes a lot of stuff saying, stock market, big decline in, say, quarter one of next year. I wonder if that times really well. That could be a really smart move. Would I buy SpaceX if given other things like the company? Hell yes. I would love to buy Tesla right now. I just can't when I value it against other things like precious metals and things. I think I will get much, much more Tesla for my money by being in other things that are highly undervalued versus it, like silver and copper and uranium and commodities and other things. But there, as I've said a million times, there will come a day where I buy an absolute load of Tesla, and looks like I'm going to add SpaceX to that as well. Good to know. Cool. Hey, all, what's happening? Says the Mando Dad. I want an invite to that party. I wanted just a small pullback in gold. We'll get to gold in a second. Morning, everyone. Sovereigns are just slightly pricey. To the moon, says Sino. Doing that silly straight line for an hour thingy as we speak. Good morning, Stackers. Happy days. It is. Who is buying silver today? Let me know. Are you buying silver today? Let me know, everyone. I'm late, but I have my slurp here. Good on you. Let's say gold is more sleeping dragon at the minute. Okay. It'll be interesting to see what it does to the share price of Tesla. Yes, that's true, because a lot of people buy Tesla as the proxy for other things like the Boring Company, SpaceX, etc. So you're actually right. Could a lot of people pull out some of their Tesla to then get into his other new thing? That's a good point. Still want a nice dippy whippy, as missed a couple of good ones, a dip in the price. GMS says Daz Stone. I was literally going to say, it's been a while. Good to see you, friend. It's been a while. That's really good with my voice at the moment, with my cold. No to silver. I want my new barbecue delivered. You are a semi-new dad, so you're going to have to get that whole barbecue dad thing going on. Like and share. Niels Han Dynasty. I haven't seen you for ages. It is really good to see you. Let's go back to this stuff. We've done the topic of the day. We've done the silver price. So now we're going to look at gold and some of the other things really quickly. Then I'll take some chart requests. I probably won't look at I may not look at crypto today because there's not really a lot to say. Here is gold on the daily time frame, price in USD, 4,227 US dollars. As I've been saying, while we are above 4,200 US dollars, while we're above the top end of this blue zone right here, new all-time high coming very soon, imminently, for gold. I will stick to that unless we start, I drew this in earlier, unless we start getting back down through here, get through there. Okay, no new all-time high coming anytime soon for gold. While we're above here, yep, it's coming real soon, okay? If you break there, looking really good. That would be in like a week or so, then you make a new all-time high. So it's looking good. While above 4,200 US dollars, nothing to say at the moment that it is going to turn around. Volume is kind of in lockstep at the moment. We just need to see it break through, do that in the volume to break through. So a quick little bit of technical stuff. Let me get rid of all this for you. Quick bit of technical stuff. You know that a move is a proper move. It's not a fake out when the volume is supporting it. This was like lesson 4, lesson 5 maybe in my Mastering the Markets year-long comprehensive course, which I'm doing at Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. We did a whole subject on volume, in particular the on balance volume. So volume must confirm. That is the one of the tenets. Okay, that's actually one of the tenets of Dow theory. Now, speaking of Dow, before I was going to make this little joke before, but Dow is in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Charles Dow is the one who came up with modern day technical analysis. So I love Mr. Charles Dow for what he's done for all of us, but it's just that silver is sort of killing you at the moment, Mr. Dow. But my point was, I'm rambling. The point was that one of the first tenets is volume must confirm. So if you see the following, if this then that, if you see that break there, the market's open too. If you see that break and that also breaks here, so if volume is confirming, then that really says, oh yeah, new all-time high coming for gold really, really soon. Okay, let me get rid of that because all my alerts are going off. We'll check out what the market is doing on the open. So gold looking great. Fall through there, not great. Do that with volume, fantastic new all-time high coming for gold. That's all you need to know. For the moment, gold will, just like silver, it'll have its wave 4 pullback. It'll do it at the same time. Just where from, we don't know. Could be up to, could be getting into like $5,000 kind of area first. We'll see. But it is absolutely lagging, of course, behind silver. Silver's killing it. Look at that. The gold to silver ratio tanking like a stone. I am really confident we are going to see that 50 to 1 probably. That could actually happen next year. Could happen next year. I mean, 2027, easy. We're going to see that 50 to 1 ratio. Look, number will go up, number will go down, but geez, it's looking pretty good for 2027 at this stage, and it could tank quicker than that. Okay, gold to silver ratio. Let's take a look at platinum. I can't even say platinum because I've got a cold. Platinum. Here is platinum. Gold press platinum. Here is platinum on the, this is the biannual time frame, 6 monthly. Look how good it's looking. Okay, on the 6 monthly. Do I need to show you anything else? That's it. Platinum on the that's on the linear scale too. Platinum on the linear scale on the 6 monthly. Don't sweat the small stuff, man. Look at the direction it's going. The volume's amazing. It's heading up into extremely overbought. You've got way higher to go. Okay. If you're trying to time it a little bit better because you don't have an entry into platinum, I would watch out for here. We're still not out of the woods yet. Okay, so just be aware that on the weekly or the monthly, you could still have a bit of a move down because we are looking at potentially, as we've been saying, higher high, equal high. So that's a divergence in price. Equal high, lower high in a price. That seems like it's a ticking over. So there's a potential here. It's on the logarithmic. Let me get rid of that. I'll do that on the linear. Probably better one to use. There we go. So where have we... Get lost. Where have we seen this happen before? XBT USD. Excuse, guys. Sorry about that. Hate it when it does that. Where have we seen this pattern before? Lots of patterns. Lots of times we've seen this pattern. So higher high, equal high, lower high. Okay. We've seen this on a crypto. ZBCN, I think it was. Oh, God, really? ZBCN. I showed you that a while ago. Remember that one where we did this thing, and that was on the daily time frame, I think it was. Yeah, remember that? We talked about that. Remember? Where was it? Was it there or was it there? No, it was there on the 4 hour. So that pattern happens a lot where you can have a higher high and then an equal. Yeah, there it is right there. Remember we talked about that a while ago. I was saying watch out for lower prices in ZBCN because you've got, you had a higher high, a lower high on the relative strength index. Then you had roughly an equal high and then a continued lower high. So yeah, same thing rolled over. So I see the same thing potentially for platinum as well. Not confirmed. Okay, you don't trade the signal, you trade the trigger. Okay, what would be the trigger? Get out of here. Daily. Okay, where are we? On the daily. What would be the trigger? The trigger to trade that would actually, I'd probably say it. Breaking this 1,610 would be the decent trigger for that. So you don't trade it just yet. But if you break down through here, I think there or there. I mean, you could say really you'd want to say there at probably that 1,500 level. But that's also a little canary in the coal mine. Yeah, if you break there, that's probably more likely. So yeah, that 1,610 level. Break back down through there. Then you've got a change of market structure. You're making lower highs and a lower low on the 4 hour time frame, then that says you're probably going to head down to that kind of area there. So don't trade the signal, trade the trigger, but just watch out for it at the moment. Platinum could be seeing some lower prices potentially, only potentially, and what would negate that? Well, just crossing up back through that 1,725, then you're looking good onwards and upwards. That's platinum. I'm really stuffy, sorry guys. And here is copper on the monthly time frame, price in USD. Nothing saying that it's heading down from here. Looking good over the longer term. The volume, if you notice, the volume is kind of preceding. It's not really preceding, but you can see here that the volume is making a higher high, but the relative strength index isn't doing that yet. So I would suggest if on the RSI you start getting up through that downtrend line right there, that's looking pretty good, but bullish for copper over the longer term. I'm really stuffy. Here's copper on the 6 monthly. Broke it out of a massive accumulation range going all the way back to 2011. Do things spend 14 or 15 years going sideways to then break out and then just head back down? No, they do not. That is a beach ball being held under the water for a very long time. Look at the volume. Okay, volume has just been sailing up. Great. RSI is ticking up. You've got a lot of room to move it extremely overvalued. So over the longer term, this is again the 6 monthly time frame, over the next few years, copper's going much higher. Okay. We've talked about copper versus silver, highly undervalued at the moment. It's not at a point yet where I can say you should consider buying copper instead of silver. There will come a day where I will say you should be buying copper instead of silver. We're not there yet. We're in the beginning. We're in the stirrings of it. But I'll let you know when that happens. Let's go back. The market open. The market is open. Let me check the market and then I'll get your chart requests in right now. Let's just see what the market has done. Let's see. Let's see what the best performers are on opening. I'm going to go via here. I'm looking at my market. So everything that I'm currently in at the moment. I think it's everything I'm in. Let's see. Everything in yellow. right here. Okay, let's see what's the market doing. Let's see, GHY. Let's take it onto the weekly time frame, or maybe the daily time frame. Let me get rid of you. All right, GHY gold hydrogen is up 9% for the day. Okay, so far opened up 9%. Everything seems to be, nothing's having massive pumps at the moment. TER, which is a coal play, that's up 4%. That doesn't really mean much. 88E, which I got back into, which is 88 Energy. It's an oil exploration play. Yeah, not a lot. Baz Oil had that massive pump. It pumped like 100 and something percent. And then it's just finding its feet right now. Might be finding support around about here. That's Baz Oil. AEE, Aura Energy, that is to do with uranium. Okay, up a little bit. Looks like most things are down for the day. Silver, of course. The SIL made a slightly higher high yesterday, so that was up 1.6% yesterday. This is because it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. SIL is the global silver miners index for the large caps, and then the SILJ is the silver junior miners. I will still note that while silver, so this hasn't made a new high, and this hasn't made a new high, I will still note that that's a divergence with the silver price. Silver is making new highs on the daily time frame, yet the SILJ and the SIL are not. So that's a divergence, okay? You got to be wary about what's going on there. That just does say to me that silver is getting close-ish, not there yet necessarily, but close-ish to its wave 3 top. We've still got a bit of time to go, but you just got to note these kind of things, that divergence. It doesn't mean anything majorly yet. You just have to make note of it. Why aren't the silver miners making new highs when the spot price is making new highs? Then if I show you, I'm so stuffy. I'll quickly show you here. Actually, I haven't done this for a bit, so this will be interesting. This probably has tanked a bit. Let's go. I'm going to have to do that via SIL versus silver. Remember we've talked about this a lot? SILJ versus silver. SIL versus silver. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, 1.29. Okay, so it's just been hovering around there for ages. Okay, so this is SIL versus silver. Silver miners versus silver spot. Okay, we had that massive underperformingness. So on the weekly time frame, massive underperformingness. We talked about it when it was below this level of 1.27. I said once it breaks that 1.27, watch out for a good pump. We had that good pump. Now we're testing it as support. All right, that's good. Back to support. Cool. So it just looks like spot is killing the miners at the moment. It's outperforming the miners, but you know what goes up must come down. As long as we keep support there. If you start breaking back down through here, I'm wondering, geez, why aren't the miners keeping up with silver spot price? Okay, that could actually signal a massive divergence or a massive split away where everyone is really wanting the physical stuff. Okay, that could happen, you know, but we're finding support so far here. I do expect this kind of thing to happen over the longer term because as silver goes up, generally the miners outperform silver. But we're at a support level here. From there to there, yeah, it's acting as like pretty much exact support. So you could be bottoming around about here on that. Get rid of you. Where are we? I just want to get rid of all that stuff. Where are we looking at? Excuse me. Right here. Yeah, it's finding support. Anywhere down into there is completely fine. Okay, into that area. Yeah, look, bounce off there, and then I think we probably do that. Okay, so I do believe over the longer term, the miners will outperform silver spot. Silver spot's been killing it for a recent bit of time. Expecting a bounce off there, around about there. So bear in mind, if you're not in silver miners, that's okay. If you don't like the paper stuff, no problem. Just hold the physical. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. All that stuff, I get it. I've been that guy for a very long time, but I am playing the silver miners as well to hopefully outperform the silver spot price as well, at least a portion. Okay, I of course have my physical silver too. I just did another quick little lesson on that. What else is up today? Whatever. Some things are down. Yeah, okay. 7%. Okay. Uranium is looking good over the longer term. We might be bouncing from here. Yeah, bullish on copper, bullish on uranium, bullish on all the commodities. That's pretty much it. That's your market open. Let's go back to the screen. We'll read some more comments. I'll take any chart requests that we may have. Charts of the past. Oh, I'll read that in just a second. However, I do want to tell you, over at the Silver Investor Club, I've actually just started. I've just put up my first video in the Silver Stacking 101 course that I've got over there. Now, that's included in the price of your membership here at the Silver Investor Club. Private club for new and veteran silver investors. There's a 7-day free trial, and it starts from $1 per month. So for $1 per month, you get the lively community. You get the classroom stuff that I just showed you then. So for example, the one that I just uploaded today, Silver Stacking 101, it's all about exit strategy. Just simply asking, do you have an exit strategy? Okay, you're really going to start thinking about that. And I mentioned a couple of sort of main exit strategies, that you would have. You get into silver. How do you get out of silver? Lots of different exit strategies. I mentioned a few there. Next up in the series will be, bars versus coins. That'll sort of tie into your exit strategy as well, because how you're planning on getting out may inform what you get into. Okay, so lots of that sort of those frequently asked questions. I'll be taking your suggestions, etc. That's happening over at the Silver Investor Club classroom section, Silver Stacking 101. And once again, head over to the Silver Investor Club. You get free silver giveaways, you get silver bullion specials, there's the $1 a month. You really want to be part of the premium because there's monthly silver giveaways, there's weekly silver bullion specials, there's the private live stream that we do only for premium members, and for $9 a month, or it's less if you buy it over a yearly thing, you save like 20%, something like that. If you buy for the whole year, you're doing great guns, okay? And it's a great community to be a part of. That's the Silver Investor Club. And buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, best bullion dealer in all of Australia. You know it. Free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your order. Great range, great prices. They price match against all the other big boys. Okay, so if you see something on their website that's cheaper on another one of the big boys' websites, you tell them and they'll match the price. And they don't just match the price for you. They don't just change your invoice or change the price. They just lower the price on the website, so everyone gets the best deals possible from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Comments and stuff. And Super Chat. Well, Super Chats always get my preference. $10. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. $10 from Jason Rosana. Hey, Joe. Wild coin. All right. A mate says potential for $3 in a couple of months. Wow. Okay. We'll take a look. Love your work. Love your work too, Jason. Let's take a look at Wildcoin. WorldCoin. Now, Wildcoin. Wildcoin, from memory, I think I bought into the Wildcoin ICO like back in 2018 or something, if it's the same one that I'm thinking of. Let's take a look. I will say this, before looking at the chart, I will say a mate says potential for $3 in a couple of months. That does put my alarm bells out for a second. It's like, okay, a mate said, but you never know. So let's take a look at Wildcoin. Sure. Super chats get my preference for me reading them out and doing the thing that you're asking me to do, if it's something that I'm willing to do. And I am willing to look at Wildcoin. WLD. Oh, I've already got there too. Wild. Must have been on my watch list. Okay. Here is Wild USD. I've clearly done it before. I'm going to get rid of all that and start again, because I know much more than I knew before. Wildcoin, I will use the linear scale, and let me go back to here for a second. What is WLD crypto Wildcoin. Let's just quickly ask Grok. Yeah, oh, it's WorldCoin. I think you mean world, don't you? Oh, often referred to as WildCoin. So isn't WLD the whole, isn't that to do with the Trump administration, or am I wrong? In casual searches, is a cryptocurrency, blah, 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 blah. Oh, launched in July of 2023. Aims to provide, a privacy-preserving way to verify human identity online. Ooh, okay, online identity stuff. That's big with, the digital ID here coming in Australia and all that stuff. Project seeks to build the world's largest such network as a public utility, potentially enabling UBI. Oh, yes, there's the whole UBI world thing. Okay, yes, right. Co-founded. Oh, right, okay, yes. It's bringing back memories now. Co-founded by Sam Altman. The project is developed for Tools for Humanity. It rebranded elements to World in 2024. Let's see. Anything? Are they anything related to Trump admin? Let's see. While WorldCoin itself, the iris scanning identity protocol, co-founded by Sam Altman, doesn't have direct operational ties. Its token price and ecosystem have been influenced by Trump-era policies. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, that's what it is. That's what it does. Let's take a look at the price. And someone is suggesting $3 in the next 2 months. Well, that would have to be a narrative thing. So, okay. All right. Let's ask Grok. Let's go here. This is definitely a $10 investigation. Screen. Okay, I'm going to type it like me. I have a mate who says, well, it could go from 62 cents to $3 in the next 2 months. Why could this be the case in regards to fundamentals? Is anything happening soon? Announcement or project wise? Let's ask. And then we'll take a look at the price. Let's see. Your mate's call for WildCoin to 5 times in the next 2 months is ambitious, but not outlandish in the crypto's volatile world, especially with its AI identity. Yeah, it's kind of placating me here. Wild's market cap sits around 1.3 billion, so implies 7.2 billion. Okay, which would rank it in the top 30 to 40 coins. Yeah. Explosive user adoption, AI, blockchain synergies, blah, 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 AI stuff here. Token and imminent announcements. Today's World Unwrapped event. Oh, the real spark? Today's World Unwrapped event, December the 11th, 2025 at 2:30 live on YouTube. Founder Sam Altman and Alex Blania will unveil. Oh, okay, right, okay. So here's why. Will unveil world app updates. I think enhanced features like better blah blah blah. Okay, so it looks like time PST. So in about 24 hours from now. Is that right? 21 Pacific time? Or is it happening right now? Anyway, there's going to be an announcement from WorldCoin talking about updates and stuff. So let's look at the price. Is it doable in 2 months? Not from a price action perspective, but from a narrative perspective? Yeah, sure. Well, look, actually, no. Let me look at this previous price action. Where are we sitting, first of all? Well, you're at real key support. Okay. If this coin has been as high as $12 back in, March of 2024. Okay. It's been as low as when it opened on Binance at about 16 cents. You can see here pretty clearly. Very good bottoming area. So that could be right. So let's look at it from a technical perspective. I'll go to the daily. We'll take a look at the relative strength index and the volume. So from a technical perspective, how are we looking? Okay, from a technical perspective, you actually have a bit of potential, only potential, bullish divergence going on, because you have a kind of a flattening out or a lowering in the price. Check it. See that? And see that. Now you take it from the closes, not the wicks, right? So you see that and that. So it's kind of like a lowering of a lower lows. Okay, and then you have here from about there, that's kind of like a flattening out or even a slight rise in the relative strength index. So that's saying there's a bit of divergence going on. Where at previous massive support, it looks like we might be finding a rounding here. So could this be, I do think crypto is highly, it's still overvalued versus other things like precious metals, for example, but it could see, individual coins, particularly with narratives like, new updates, all that kind of stuff. You could see a pump. But what is the volume doing? Volume is actually doing a similar thing. So if you have a look here, in that time frame, the volume is also diverging. So you've got higher lows, so lower lows, higher lows, or more like a flattening out, but higher lows. That's potential, and it's only potential, and I wouldn't call it very strong divergence, okay? It's weakish kind of divergence, but it is divergence, and you would not be trading this signal, you will trade the trigger. And what is the trigger? The trigger is right here. Right there. All right, start closing up through there. Get up to there, do something like that. Form maybe, get up to here, resistance, form a higher low, break there, bang. You would take that trade. I would take that trade. No matter where I thought, I'd take a small time trade on that. If I had, I don't think I really have much cash in the crypto system to just quickly dump some stuff in, but I'd consider it. On a break of there, so a break of about 67 US cents and a break and hold, preferably, something like that. Yeah, you could take a short-term trade, and then if you wanted to, you could take that trade and put a stop below. So if you did this, for example, you could get it on the break and then put the stop. If you do something like this, then you'd buy it on the break and then put the stop below there. Pretty simple stop. I wouldn't trade on leverage. Don't trade crypto on leverage, people. Don't be stupid like me, who I used to. I don't do that anymore. Why would you trade crypto on leverage when crypto just is like trading in leverage anyway, because it just has, it's much more volatile. So don't add volatility to it by trading on leverage. But you see something like that, and then you would be going, oh, okay, maybe the next sort of major level is actually sitting at about there. So you could say if you have a break of that, you would be looking at a move of at least up into here. Excuse me. So I'd say you get a move from about 67 cents to about 88 cents, but you've got a lot of, see that right there? See, area of buying. Okay, so you're coming up to that area there. So that's what you'd have to watch out for, something like that, or a tick over. But yeah, the narrative could push it higher, sure. But from a trading perspective, no. You would have to at least get through that $1.10 area to say any potential, okay? But not there yet. There is some bullish divergence, but I wouldn't be trading it just yet. I can't talk about narrative because I don't know. Yeah, let's see what happens in this next 24 hours with that whole update thing. Could be good, but I wouldn't be trading it and I wouldn't be buying it just yet unless you decided to, I won't spend much more time on this, unless you decided to buy it just in case now, and then you just put a little stop below there. So you could buy it 62 cents now, put a stop below at 55 cents. So what's that? You would be losing. And if you're just buying and holding, you could buy now. Okay, if you're happy to take a 10% risk, go for it, man. Buy it now, just in case. Do know, though, if, it could be a sell on the news kind of event, but if you start crossing back through that 55-cent level, cut it immediately. Don't hold, man, for the future. You don't hold. If it's starting to make lower lows back, particularly down through here, you be ruthless and you cut it immediately. So take a 10% loss, 11% loss, and that's it. But risk to reward, okay, could be really good. You might be risking a 10% loss for a 5 times gain. If what your mate says is could happen, happens. That is WLD, the $10 analysis. Thank you for the super chat, mate. I appreciate it. Let's go back here. I'm going to get through some comments. There's no more super chats for the moment, so let's just get through some quick comments. Posh Sloth says it would be crazy if some major party tried to short platinum. Yeah, it would be crazy. I don't have time for all the comments. We've got lots of people watching. Sorry about my sniffly nose, guys. I really apologize. Okay. Neil said, what do you think about the silver to platinum ratio? As I've been saying, silver will continue to kill platinum. It is platinum is not platinum. Silver to platinum. Let's go there. Silver to platinum ratio. There is nothing saying at the moment that is right. That's silver to platinum. Let me go actually. Silver to XPT USD. We'll do that one instead because there's larger data. Yeah. Silver to platinum, kicking ass. There's nothing saying that platinum is going to kill silver anytime soon. It's beating its ass, okay? Making new highs. Silver for the win. As I've been saying, silver is the king. I actually think platinum is the queen. Platinum will come in second. Let me show you, excuse me. Sorry for this. Gold versus platinum. XPT USD. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Look at it. Gold versus platinum. Gold is tanking versus platinum. But it had a big tanking versus platinum. But look at silver versus platinum. Kicking its ass. That's why. Silver's the king. Platinum's the queen. So platinum will continue to outperform gold. Gold's coming in last place at the moment. Getting bronze. Right? Oh, shit. Sorry, I did that all not on the screen. Okay. That's your silver to platinum. Kicking ass. Sorry, guys. That's your gold to XPT. You were all laughing at me then, and I didn't know what was going on. See, there's your gold. Platinum, as this is going down, platinum's outperforming gold, okay? But look at it the other way. Platinum dying versus silver. Silver's killing it, okay? So that's that. Sorry about that, dudes. Blame it on the cold. Yeah, I don't have time for all of my comments. Platinum is short supply on the planet. Yes. I mean, you should own some platinum as part of your thing, but if you're just measuring it against other stuff. BRICS is losing price control of platinum. You could be right, my friend. Savvy Stacker. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, my friend. How's everyone doing? Says Reckless Collections. Good to see you. Living the silver dream. Now, Steve O'Morrissey says, charts of the past are becoming less and less relevant to the world we live in now and the fundamentals. Let me unpack that a little bit. Charts of the past. So basically saying, are you saying, Steve, and I'll pretend that you're saying this, so I'll read your mind. Charts are less relevant these days. It's more about the fundamentals. I respectfully disagree. Fundamentals, of course, you need. You buy silver because of, its properties as this, its industrial uses, all that stuff, massively market manipulated. What is manipulated possibly can't be manipulated forever. Beach ball under the water, all that stuff. But charts you can't discount at all. And if someone said to me, Joe, you can only choose fundamentals or charts to make your investment decisions, I'm going charts every single time. There are things that I'm in. Actually, no, that's not true. There are things that I look at least, that I scan, and I don't. Someone just suggests, what's this thing? I'm looking at the chart first. I'm not looking at the fundamentals. I'm not looking at their reports and their earnings and this, that, and the other. First, you always go to the chart first because the chart is the psychology. So, charts for the win. in my humble opinion, Steve-O. Flying to Perth. I did that trip not too long ago. Good, watching on the plane. Good on you, man. BTG, a recommendation from Rock Rule. From Rick Rule, you mean? Might be worth a lot. BTG. All right, cool. We're here. Let's do it. Screen Joe. Screen and me. BTG. Are you saying that? B2 Gold. I spoke to a wonderful gentleman who might be watching this at the moment. I spoke to a wonderful gentleman yesterday from Iowa in the States. We had a strategy session, and one of the silver stocks that he is in is BTG, B2 Gold Corp. So you could be right. So that's one of his silver stocks he's in. G'day, Larry. If you're watching, my friend, it was a good chat with you yesterday. If you want a private consultation with me, a strategy session, you can do it one of two ways. You can click one of the links below. I offer strategy sessions, or you can sign up for the Silver Investor Club VIP section, and you get that as part of the VIP membership. And it works out to a bit of a discount as well, I think, if you do it through the VIP section on the Silver Investor Club, or you can pay one time, in consultation. But B2G, yeah, cool. Looks good. I mean, it's a miner. It's one of the big boys too. It's 6.25 billion. It's an exploration company which engages in the acquisition and development of mineral properties. So it's one of those ones. And from a technical perspective, we are on linear from this high and this low. Well, let me go backwards, okay? I'll just show you what it did, okay? So it found perfect support. Well, pretty much perfect support. Actually, might that be on the logarithmic? Okay. It kind of actually skirted down below the normal zag zone, but we did have bullish divergence. So off that low, you were showing higher high on the relative strength index. That was signaling potential bullishness, but you don't trade the signal, you trade the trigger. The trigger to get in would have been when you crossed over here. As soon as it kind of crossed over there, it did a little bit of that thing and the support, and then rocketed up. Now on the let's see, we're on the linear. Excuse me, apologies, I'm so snotty and I really apologize. Right there, we sailed through the zag zone, but we're now back in it. So we broke out through. We sailed through, coming back to retest this area here. You don't want to fall back through. Never, ever fall back through $3.20. Bad. Look at that area of resistance. Resistance became support on the close. And support here, resistance here. If you break out of the zag zone and then fall back through there, get the F out of B2G immediately. Okay, you can always buy back in. What if it does that and sort of fakes you out here? Yeah, sure. Okay, you can always buy back in. Slightly higher, but it is what it is. But get the F out of it, all right? Get straight out of it if it ever breaks back below $3.20. So that's your hot tip. Okay. And so put an alert on $3.20 and get out, okay? If it does that, I don't think it will, but what you need to see is, find some support here, preferably maybe down into here, maybe freak you out at $3.20. So don't just, if it goes to $3.19, don't just sell, okay? Have an alert there, but just watch where it's closing at, okay? It's about the closes. We're on the monthly time frame here. You could have a spike down, but then it closes the month within that zone. So, don't just sell out at $3.20. Got to watch what, the closes are at. But yeah, anywhere down into here, but you've got to get back out of here. That's the short answer. Get back out of $4.90, and then we'll talk about a new all-time high coming. I'm much more likely to say a new all-time high is coming eventually for B2G because it's in the mining sector. Gold's going higher eventually after a wave 4 pullback. So yeah, I can see higher prices. If you want me to, let's do some projection. Not the psychological projection, the other kind of projection. Let's project what actually, I don't think I can. Because that looks like, is that a wave 1? That's actually probably your wave 1. We might be coming for a wave 2 pullback, actually. Give me a second. Is that your 1, 2? No, I won't do any. I won't do any extensions or any what ifs. What could the price get up to at this stage? Let's see it get through that $4.95 area there, and then we'll start talking turkey. All right, so watch for that kind of $5 area. Until then, until about $5, you're kind of in no man's land. So yeah, don't cross through that 320, and don't cross. Do cross above $5. Don't cross below or hold below $3.20 for B2G. I'm positive on the long term though. A rising tide raises all ships, pretty much. Is silver going to do a correction waiting for a dip to buy? We've talked about that, Hamida. So as soon as I finish this show, which will be in the next couple of minutes, go back to the start of the show. I talked about the Dow Jones Industrial Average versus silver. Then I did the silver price analysis, and I have been saying and you must be a new subscriber or a new watcher, welcome, that yes, you will have a silver dip. We don't know where from. I think it's from around about your $80 mark. Could be wrong. It could be from about $66. But yes, you are going through a wave 3 top. Then you will have a protracted big dip. But that dip may not come until 2027. So if you mean a smaller term dip, don't worry about that. Buy on the regular. Buy every paycheck and just average your cost in is the best way to do it. Creepy stuff. No thanks. Anything can be hacked and compromised. In terms of the world coin stuff, yeah, could be wrong. Yeah, I mean, could be right. Let's see. I have a banana, Hamida. What does that mean? I don't get it. Is that I don't get the reference. Is SIL futures contract chart coming back down for? I don't have time for all this. I'm so sorry, Naomi. Hope you feel better soon. I will soon. Her new horror movie name, The Tankering. Great show today. Well, thank you. We're about to wrap it up. Get your tasty beverages ready. I bought a 47-piece silverware set. You've told us this before, I think, Bryce. Didn't you tell us this before? Yeah, you did. You bought the silver, yes, the $10 silver garage sale one. Yes, you told us that. Yes. Yeah. You told us that. I think last time you said it was worth about $2,500 US. Now it's worth $2,900 US because of the silver price going up. Hold on to that thing for dear life, Bryce. Yes, you've told us that before, man. Ahoy from over the pond. Hello, Faldor. Good to see you again, mate. Good. All right. That is it, people. You have watched Good Morning Stackers, the sniffly version with me, Joe Main. I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You get individual content in between as well. Hit the big red subscribe button to join me. Do me a favor, do follow me on X as well. I have 4,000 followers over here. Over 4,000 subscribers here on YouTube as well. And do me a favor, you can follow me and add me as a friend over at Facebook as well. Facebook.com/just Joe Main. Add me over there too, my funky people. Grab your tasty beverages, because what we do is a final synchronized slurp. Whatever you're drinking, you slurp it with me. You must do it audibly, and we dance it out at the same time. I know. You get everything in one go here at Good Morning Stackers, because that's what you've watched.
Good morning, Stackers. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, Stackers. It's podcast time.
Grab it.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
synchronized slurp.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was slurpy and sniffly. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.